Yo, believe my hair. So something very serious. Yo, man.
This is your real hair.
Yo, man. Wow. Subscribe. Yo, man. Come on, man. Man. This conversation is crucial, man. So subscribe, man.
You have been watching us all this while. I have not subscribed.
Like, man. Yo, man. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm coming this way. It's just a passion burning my heart, man. You know, man. You watch this thing for just some few seconds, man. You should subscribe, man. Man.
Sorry.
No, I'm trying to make it clear. That it's not.
For all our viewers out there, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel.
Yo! Man, subscribe, man!
Thank you.
Hi everyone, welcome to Crucial Conversations with Okay, we're right about it right now. Today's conversation. Always crucial. What research has been undergone in the beginning of this conversation. But before we delve into our conversation, we have something very
important.
Yeah, we would like to let you in on the Noah. So these crucial conversations we're having, we want you to be on board with us. 100%. We want you to be on this journey with us actively. 100%. And as such, we have what we
call
an army. Yes, a community that we would love you to be part of. Beyond the conversations beyond the conversations
we want to have a community of like-minded individuals who join us, spreading the word about the conversations we're having. People who are bent on seeing wrong narratives destroyed and the right narratives taking the stage. And with your help, the Ignition Army, we're going to raise an army of like-minded individuals who will push, the right culture, kingdom culture, the right values, and everything that we're talking about, the crucial conversations. We get to be part of, how those conversations get to the forefront. So if you want to be inside the inner caucus, where all the gist happens, talking about topics you want to talk about, people bringing ideas and everything, and then sharing the message. When you drop a video, you're going to be the first set of people to see it, and you're going to help us to spread the word and reach, the nations. So if you want to be part of Ignition Army,
the link is on the below. In the description. Click on it.
Welcome to the community.
And enter the community. All right. So, oh my God, I did not carry my glasses. So today, oh my God, the conversation, like I said, we're about to have today is crucial. Put on your seating belt. Sorry, like wrap in your belts as we're about to dive in. All right. Okay. So today
we're talking about navigating the modern world as a man.
Navigating the modern world as a man.
This topic is
you are looking at me now and you are a man. You understand me now? How do you understand? How do you navigate this modern world as a man?
So before I start, because of how serious this topic is, I had to go and do some research, take some notes, so just to make sure that my thoughts are properly aligned with everything we're going to be discussing today. And so that led me to,
before you even start, right, I feel like why, for me personally, like why I felt we need to have this conversation was we revisited a conversation, right? I think it's bachelorhood pressure, right? And I noticed that we approached that conversation in terms of transitioning as a single person to be I think it's a lot of pressure that guys go through. But I realized that even aside transitioning, like just being a man alone, comes with a sort of a kind of pressure that in a way it's not so pronounced, because maybe it's because of the person that this pressure is being on, like, for a lady now, right? For women, it's easier for you to hear a woman, like, talk about some of the things they are going through and all of that, like things like emotion, things like financial stuff, things, just all those stuff. Like, it's like, it's okay for a woman to be broke. It's okay for a woman to have emotional needs. It's okay for a woman to maybe be stranded in a way, like the society will not judge you like that. But when a man is emotionally down, it's like, not the man you be. Like, are you not a man? Like, you just feels that, and having to journey through life with all of this, right? I feel like we need to actually, like, bring this thing on the fore. And yes, so I would like you to,
take the stage.
Yes, take the stage.
Okay, so yeah, I think, in support of what you said, if we look at how life was before, right, before now, like some 30, 40, 50 years ago, what it meant to be a man were very simple, clear-cut roles and responsibilities, right? While they still function today, many a time the narrative, or should I say the context to which they are expressed, is now different, because now this world is much more complex than it was 30, 50 years ago. You cannot take it away. Like, the complexities involved in the world today, the kind of, should I use the word, sociological changes that have happened, have navigated us into a time when you need to be aware socially, you need to be aware mentally, you need to be aware, and then you need to drop some of those old paradigms of thinking if you're going to be the kind of man that succeeds in this modern era. Right? And this is one of the things I want to mention today. So, let's talk about finances as a man. Before and even now, in many contexts of the world, as a man, not having your finances together gives you a sense of low self-esteem automatically, and because of that, many men take it out in different ways. Some do it violently, some do it inwardly, like they don't express it out, they just like hide and or they go defensive and all of that. And it's largely because elements in society make it difficult as a man. And as a man, you are allowed to say anything and do anything once you have the box, when you have the millions in your account. Anything you say and do,
it goes.
People are like, you have the money, so you can say anything. So that in itself has exalted money in a context, right? And so what happens to the man that is not financially there?
It's like, where's your mouth?
Where's
like, you don't have a voice here.
And it's not just a Nigerian thing, it's not just an African thing, it's not just a Western or Asian thing, it's everywhere in the world. Everywhere in the world. But you find some pockets of people where they have a healthy culture where it's like, no matter how much money you have, like, we are all human.
You're respected.
But there are some cultures that still uphold that, right? And those are some that we can pick some elements from them. So, also you can look at it as in this era, right? A lot of times lack of financial stability is seen as like a moral deficiency, or like a dent in your personal character.
An identity deficiency, like
that, what's your lot in life? What are you doing in this life as a man? You don't have any like cash. You understand? But then if you look at it deeply, life is in stages, and men are in sizes. So at a stage in a man's life, right, he may not have, or some things might have happened to him in life that was beyond his control, and he needs support to bounce back.
Can I cut you?
Please do.
What makes a man a man?
Wow.
Right? Like,
I'm going to answer
like
that.
what makes a man? Like, if you want to say somebody is a man, like, sorry, like, a guy now, a male, right?
What makes a man a man?
Yeah, what makes a man a man?
At this point, when I want to answer a question and I'm not sure how, the first way I go is back to the beginning. I'm never wrong when I go back to the beginning. So when God created man, He said,
let us make man in our image.
And what? Let him have dominion, right? Over the fishes of the sea and everything, the birds of the air and every living thing that moves on the surface of the earth. So that, and then God said, put him in the garden to tend it and keep it. So meaning that, and then God wanted, He said, let us make man. So meaning that if you are made by someone, that person desires something from you. And you need to figure out what that specific thing is. For Adam, it was Garden of Eden. For you, what was it?
I think even as you're talking, I think I would say it dawns on me that what actually makes a man is the maker of the man, right? Exactly. And I mean, let's look at products, like normal products, let's say gadgets and all of that. Like, what really makes maybe an iPhone or a Samsung to be like excellent and all of that is actually like the intelligence of those, the people that get it produced. And I feel like as a man, what actually makes you a man is first the identity and potentials that you have been given by the one that made you. Because I feel like when as a man you see it that way, you realize that every other thing can shift, every other thing can change, every other thing might be outside of your control, but there's a gift you have been given, and that's your identity. From the lens of your maker, that's your potential. It cannot be taken away, by anything. It can't be taken away by society. It can't be taken away by having a job and all that. You have it in you as as God's premium product. Said, let us make man in our image and after. And by man, it's male and female, but the first person that was made was Adam, was the male, right? And the heart of the male and all of that, And I feel like when you rest in who you are, you can actually begin to behave who you are.
Amazing. So you just answered the question.
I think so.
Yes. So let me continue. So another thing we look at, we talked about the money part, and then another thing we looked at is talking about the emotional part, being a man,
I think where I want to cut you again. No worry, continue.
I mean,
I want to say something. As we move into this emotional part, I went for evangelism, right? One time like that, and there was this guy. He was smoking, like not cigarettes. So, and I think it was my partner that was trying to talk to him about what he's engaged in, and then he said something that if he doesn't smoke, he will not be able to look people in the eyes. Meaning he needs this for confidence. He needs this to be bold. He needs this to, and I feel like there's that thing of thinking that because you are a man, you should have an innate ability to confront anything, right? So when it just feels like you as a man, like the guy is not having it, like he's afraid or something, like you shouldn't be afraid as a man. You shouldn't be scared. Things like, oh, I'm scared, I'm afraid, I don't know what to do. It's like it's looking like you're not a man. Like it's just feeling like saying those things means that you're not a man. And I realized that, why some of these guys, not to justify the action, but why some of these guys actually get involved in this thing that we think like, is for tough body, like people that with tough skin, like drugs and all of that. It's actually because they are trying to find a source to cushion, like a source that more like a propeller. No, not a propeller, like something that they can lean on to actually meet up to the expectation of being a man. And coming to this emotional thing, right? It's expected that as a man, not expected, but generally, like if you see a man cry, like in situations aside football, but even in football too, but aside football, when you see a man like we're having, and you're crying, like, like you shouldn't
are you a baby?
are you a baby? Are you a
how
girl?
did you start?
Like it's only girls that cry and all of that. Yeah. So I like it to
speak on that.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, I mean it's a good context here. You mentioned something about, when the person smoking and you could relate it to a source.
Yeah.
He was trying to find.
Yeah.
So that brought me back to the fact that the real source is God. And any man that doesn't find his identity in God, society will do everything to tell you what its definition of your identity is. And that's a very dangerous place to be, because there's almost a society you go to that will not give you an altered definition of who you are. And so that leads me to the fact that there's kingdom culture and there's societal culture. And everywhere you go to in this world, there's a society there, there's a culture there. But then there's kingdom culture. And kingdom culture is when you hear Jesus say things like, let your kingdom come on as is in heaven. Right? The kingdom of heaven, there's a culture around it. And that culture is the culture that defines us as men. That's where we find our identity in the fact that God is our source and we live our life in accordance to his will and we are aligned to his purpose. And then, so when things are not going the way the normal society will say checkmate or very good, thumbs up, you understand, you derive your identity from God and you go back to him for, Lord, what is the next step? An example is David in the Bible. He went as a warrior with warriors to go and support the Philistine army, and what happened? He came back and all his family had been kidnapped. All the wives and children and cattle and everything, and they burned down, a good portion of their land or city where they were staying. And then all his men said they were going to stone him. So you can look at it. Imagine the society there. Now your fellow warrior men.
And do you know who David is?
And David was like the one that was leading them.
This guy took down Goliath.
So now the same society is like, this guy is worthless. He can't lead us right. He led us to go and meet the Philistine army. The Philistine army was like, no, you can't fight with us. So they sent them back, and probably some people were like, what was he thinking? Like they will allow us to fight with Israel. We'll just follow him because now look at it now. See where we are. So society has already condemned him. But what did the Bible say? And David encouraged himself in the Lord. So that is the answer. So search me. There's something they call shame culture. When you go to any society, there's what they call shame culture. There's things that if you don't align with, you're not able to meet up to as a man in that culture. They don't regard you as a man. They don't regard you as a man. And there are similarities in many, many cultures. But then in the kingdom culture, God is the source. And there are channels. And if you keep on trusting in God as the source, as a man, you will find fulfillment for your destiny. No culture, no society can pull you down, because you derive your identity in God. I've been in situations where like almost everybody was against me. But what did I do? I ran back to God. That is the way. That is the way.
I think we live, I mean, I don't know if I would say this way, but I feel like there's a tendency to think that maturity is the same as independence, right? Like the fact that you are matured means you don't need to depend on people. Why I would say maturity is actually knowing the right systems to depend on, right? Because if let's talk about relationship with God, right? The more matured you are, the more you know, the more you lean on God. Like that's actually a sign of maturity, right? And same thing, like as humans, we are not like, we cannot thrive in isolation. We need to depend on on a system, on community, on like there's an interdependency. And I feel like, when we think that maturity is independence, it makes it hard for a man to, think or feel like they are safe to need help.
Good. Thank you for bringing that up. And that leads me to community as a man. Let's say you are in, like, let's say you have the mindset of a kingdom person. And what does that even mean? A second kingdom. It means you understand, what it means to live as an ambassador of Christ here on earth, knowing fully well that this is not your eternal resting place, but you're just here in transition. And there's a purpose for you being here, and you're intentional about that purpose. And you know that there are values of the kingdom, fruits of the spirit, gifts of the spirit, all those things that are there for your journey on earth. You understand? To also represent God. So you know that, oh, you're not just here living your life anyhow you want. No, like heaven is counting on you to come through and help other men. And so meaning that other men too will be there to help you, and you have a community. But what I'm trying to say is that yes, there's a community of kingdom-minded people that work together, right, to fulfill God's purpose. There are men coming together, forming communities, which is gradually taking shape, because generally that's not how it is. But now gradually there's more intentionality in that direction. But then you also find out that there's also should I use the word people who would shame those people for trying to come together. And there are also times when those same people that are in that community may fail you, and then you run back to God. So you must know that your final last card in this life, say God, all men can fail, but God will never fail you. So that leads me to the next context of being a man in this modern era, which is black tax.
Well, I think that's like an African context.
Black tax. And I think it's not just Africa. I think in many cultures, right? Many cultures, is because the government has created a way out. That makes an 18-year-old just wake up and say, I'm going to live my life, and the government already made provision.
Well, even at that, so I remember when this whole thing about men like trying to understand the emotions of like just trying to understand what it means to be a man. When it came to me, I mean I felt like I should learn on it, right? And then the people the first videos I watched were white guys. And then I remember, I think the guy was like, he was just saying something like there's some things that most men want to say to their women, but they can't. I was like, oh, you too. So I just realized that, this thing is not actually like a continental continent thing. It's actually like a general. And you notice that, I mean, I saw a video of a girl, a lady. She was making random content, and then she goes and then she like maybe tap a guy at the butt, or like try to like touch him in a in a sensitive manner, and then it's all cruise. And then somebody dropped in the comment that if it was a guy that did that, so there's this thing towards like a guy. Imagine a guy coming to say that he was raped. They're like, despite your physical strength, do you understand? And especially when he's like maybe in his 20s, 30s, like they rape you. It's like, as a man, like they're just something like, which one is they like you were raped? But it actually happens.
So this is still back to what I'm saying. Like, we really need more communities of kingdom-minded men. That can really help, because I mean, most of the programs I even see for men, they're paid for. But like, we need, and I'm going to do something about it actually. I'm doing something about it informally, right? There are men that are brought under my, should I say, my cover, and we speak. They share things with me, and we talk like man to man. And I understand some of these things, and I share some of the things I did when I was in those situations. Just that for me personally, I've not really one that shares many of my personal dealings or challenges with other men. But other people get to share with me. So how do I now offload? I have my wonderful offloading mechanism and God. So with the two of them, she and God, I'm good. I can pour all
and I do you know the interesting thing?
There are some things that
do you know the interesting thing? It was during that offloading period, I noticed I experienced some tensions, and that was why the Holy Spirit had to take me through that journey, because it just felt like I didn't know that I actually have the thoughts and mindset that as a man there are some things that you should not be experiencing. So while you were doing your offloading, it just created like a panic in me, like, oh, like it just feels like I'm not. It's a feeling, right? It felt like, am I sure of this? The authenticity of this manly nature. And
can it really be trusted?
Can this
man
be
has
like,
all these big challenges,
then
what am I doing here?
Am I safe?
Am I safe?
And I just really appreciate that journey. And I was so shocked as to what I uncovered, learning on that.
To grow, relearn, unlearn.
Oh,
and
thank you, baby.
That's one of my life principles. It's called the principle of continuous improvement. You always improve. You don't stay where you are, and that's what has helped us. So I realized that as a man, when I was single, the way I offload is I just take it all to God.
And you take
a stroll.
Always walking. How do you relax by walking? Like you relax by sleeping. You relax by rest, like sleep. That's what relaxation is. So you don't offload by taking all of you that normally take a walk. Like you want to relax, you're exercising. Like yo, go and sleep. And you got get a yogurt and a good food and sleep. You rest. You wake up with rest. Don't talk too much. Go and sleep. You walk a lot. You're walking all your life. It's okay. You can go ahead.
So let me just switch to the black tax thing. So yeah, that black tax thing is real, and I would say that thank God for good parenting, right? I know what it can feel like, but I've not really saying it has happened to me. But I know what it can feel like because I've been around people that have been black taxed and they share with me.
Yeah.
And even when you hear the mother saying he's a guy with sisters, 4 or 5 sisters, and every other person seems to be doing well. But just the guy is just there. And what's wrong with you? You better go and figure out your life. You cannot be here. He can't even share his challenges. He's trying to find his roots in life. And he feels
it feels shameful to be confused.
Yeah,
it feels shameful to not know what to do.
Yeah, and talking about black tax, where as a man you're not expected to meet the needs of your extended family, your nuclear family. Why you are still trying to figure
out because you are the breadwinner.
The family you are going to start.
Yeah.
And you're I can't even buy stuff in the house. How am I going to start a family?
Yeah. They will tax.
But that's where I go back to see that relationship with God. Because I had those thoughts too.
Yeah.
But then God just helped me by reshaping my mind. I read books. I read my Bible a lot. And I wrote down scriptures, and those scriptures formed the strength of my identity today.
Yeah.
I know there are some scriptures that I know that the other time God will tell me that have I ever failed you before? I said, no. So why are you concerned? Lord, if that's it, I know that God will never fail me. So at the end of it, if you look at the life of David very well, you will see the peculiarities of being a man in the context where even when you are leading,
even his psalms,
even when you can see the way he was pouring out his heart
crying, to God. God, oh, where are you, Lord? Sometimes you just
realize that this thing is not today; it's been happening, right? And okay, look at David at 17, he had killed Goliath. All his family was free from tax. But it didn't mean that everybody still liked him. That he still ran for his life after all of that. His men still tried to kill him. So you think that one victory in life can solve it for you? No. So even when you are able to, as a man, take care of your family and everything, there are still some parts. So okay, what of the man that can take care of his family and doesn't have children after 15 years? You will still feel less of a man because society will make you feel that way. Okay, what of the man that he has so many children but there's no money to take care of them? You still feel less of okay, he had the two. But then people are falling sick, children, this thing, he's spending money, he's everything, he has children, he has money, he's spending money. There's no spiritual foundation, he still feels less of a man.
And even when everything is perfect and the society is hailing you, I noticed that even most men now personally feel empty
because they feel I've achieved all this thing, but there's a void.
And
so but back to the black tax thing. As a man, I just want to tell you that look, don't be pressured. All right, everybody will be fine at the end of the day. I'm telling you the gospel truth. Just imagine you just died.
What becomes?
People will eat. The same people that are telling you there's no food,
they will eat. Yo, they're gonna eat.
They will look for somebody else and they will eat.
They're gonna eat.
It's just the truth of life. Like, just imagine you evaporated. Just imagine you evaporated for 7 months. Are you telling me that all the people that are caring for will die? They will move on. They will find another way. There's always that's one of my principles in life. There's always a way. There is and because if you put your trust in God, and in fact, when a man begins to put the trust in God, and people are now putting their trust in you, you know that black tax thing cannot work. Rather, you'll be encouraging them to shift to the right path. But because you feel like you are the Messiah, so you have to save them.
You know that statement that when you think you are the El Shaddai,
you shall die. I was about to say that. I think I heard from Pastor Samadeh. He said that God told him that, you want to meet everybody's needs. You shall die, you're not El Shaddai.
You're gonna pay me. You're gonna pay me. So finally, so moving on, right? I mean, I believe you want to mention on mentorship, right? And I feel like men have a lot of potential. Like an average man is loaded with potential, but I feel like a lot of men lack models that 100%. They can look at and just help them understand how to navigate, how to bring out this potential and make it something practical. Right. And sometimes they actually get stuck in that for a year, 2 years. And once that delay is happening, there's like a mountain pressure. And from there, if they can't crack it, they just begin to move to other things. You see guys, and this is not to justify it. So you see guys begin to move into fraudulent acts. You see guys begin to move into drugs. See, like they just begin to move into other things that just eventually just deteriorate them. And it's not because they didn't have potential, it's because they didn't have
potential. Was not nurtured.
It was not nurtured, the model. So can you I feel
led to say something. If there's any man listening to me that's not married, it's as though God is saying, you are trying to trust your ability to provide. You're trying to get things set in order. And me, I'm saying, trust me to sort those things out. You take a leap of faith. You set the date. And trust me and see if I will not come through for you. That's what I think God is saying to someone listening to me right now.
Amen.
God is saying, you are trying it in your power. And marriage is not designed by you. I designed marriage. And I will lead you through it. So quit trying it. Quit thinking it's your ability that will get you through an institution that you did not create. You'll be employed in, but one of the requirements for your employment into this family of marriage is faith. And if you keep trying to do it by works, you'll keep on trying your best and find out that even having done all, you find out that you'll be stressed out and you won't even enjoy. Because you hear men say things like, but I'm doing all my best, I'm providing for the family, I'm paying all the bills, paying the school fees, paying everything. Why is this woman so ungrateful? Why can't she be telling me that I don't have time for the family? So if I spend time with the family, is that what will pay all the bills? And God is like, well, you chose to go this path because you will not listen. And maybe God wanted you to go through another path that would have given you time. But because you chose to go your own path, and so you don't have time for your family, and now the family you thought will be grateful because you were paying the bills. It's not the same family that's frustrated because you are out there trying to pay the bills. So how do you balance those things?
Wisdom.
You need God's guidance. You cannot do it on your own. You need a community of kingdom-minded men. And I keep on saying it over and over again. So talking about the mentorship board, community of kingdom-minded men, need to be, there's a movie I would recommend, The Forge, Forge. Check it out. You will love it. It gives you a good picture of mentorship. And that movie helped me to see also the fact that we need kingdom-minded values, kingdom-minded, you see mentorship on display. So God can lead you to the right mentors. And I learn by observation. So I have a lot of great men around me. And they're not even popular people, but they are solid men. And I observe their lives. And I can take cues from that and implement in my own life. I've seen men that have led their homes actively, passionately, godly for years. And for me, when I have those pictures around me, those men around me, you understand? Some people say that, the whole world is, but I choose to select. You can say everything is bad. When you want to buy tomato and you see everything is bad, you can pick the good ones there. And he says, so out of all these bad tomatoes, I picked 5 good ones. So he says there are a lot of bad men out there and everything. You pick the good ones and then you emulate the ones with the kingdom values. You can learn from them and grow. So that will bring me to the end of all I want to say about being a man in the modern age. Remember, I mentioned God, and if you are married, your wife, and then also a community of kingdom-minded men. That would be my strategy to becoming a solid man in this modern age.
And I think one thing that should be added is I don't know if I should call it voracious a voracious commitment to growth. Like, you have to read. The thing is that I think the pressure men go through is, I would say, it's a dysfunctional way. Most of the pressure is a dysfunctional way of the society laying demand on the potential in you. So in as much as they're not doing it right, or in a in a healthy manner, but it's still what it is. Like, there is a demand. You are more than this. You understand? Like, this is not to say it's okay to be at this level. You are more than this. You are better than this. There is a version of you that can actually go through challenges and not even feel it. Yes. But the thing is that you have to discover that person.
100%.
And you don't discover that person by sitting back. So for example, let's say you didn't come from a home where your dad was present, or you don't have like that mentorship around you. See, you are currently in a generation where knowledge abounds greatly. You cannot afford not to be reading, even as a human being. Right? How much more as a man? You understand? Like, get yourself involved. Start reading books, start researching, start learning. Don't be passive about living. So what you are going through, instead of probably trying, you can either want a pity party, or you can run for your destiny. Right?
I just wanted to put it out there, I want to have a community of kingdom-minded men. But I would say, if anyone is listening to this video and you feel like, I need mentorship or I need community, there are two things, but both are under community. But you need like a one-on-one man that I can talk to and share my burdens with. You can always reach out to me. I'm not the Messiah, but I am a friend, I'm a colleague, I'm a brother in the kingdom. We can share and talk, right? But
is the person that the Messiah has saved.
So you can reach out to me, through, and you can even drop the comments. I will look for her to reach out to you back to you. You can DM me on my socials. I'm most active on LinkedIn and X.
So I want to say that being a man doesn't mean you won't make mistakes. That's not what it means to be a man. Being a man is not having it all figured out. Being a man is not never being stranded. Being a man is not knowing what to do. No, that's not what it means to be a man.
Is knowing that, knowing who you are in God,
and being committed.
God as the one that can never fail you.
Yes, and being committed to discovering yourself. Being committed to, because God said, "Let us make man in our image." Now that man is male and female. Now we're talking about the female, the male man, right? Let us make man in our image and after our likeness, and let them have dominion. So dominion is your idea, like it's part of your nature. So please give yourself to learning. Like, 100%. Give yourself to learning. You might not have the mentor, you might not have the this, you might not have the that, but you don't have an excuse for not being the person that God has designed that you should be. And the fact that you're even watching this is, I believe, greatly, it shows that you actually want to become a greater version of yourself. I mean, I have a lot of statistics here, and trust me, like, I just want you to know that, see, all men need help. In case you don't know, right? So we need, the fact that you need help does not mean that, it's no, there's no man on earth like male man that doesn't need help. So get plugged into your source, because you are a product that needs to be connected to 100%. A source for you to have the energy to get things done. All right. So yes, and by the way, Ignition Army. So I mean, I believe that this also is an invitation. So in as much as Ignition Army is not only for men, it's for everybody. Definitely, it's a community to be part of, because trust me, you are going to be forged. Like if there's one thing that's going to happen to you, fire will fall on you. They will burn you. Sorry, we'll not burn you, but we will set your place. Yeah. And then we have time for question and answers. All the questions you have, all that God has taken us through, we are pouring it, like we're going to pour it into that community. And then crucial conversation. Definitely, you're going to be part of this journey, in shaping conversations. Yo, man. So much, that being said, please subscribe.
See you in the next
subscribe, like, share, comment. MK, please let me to appeal to everybody.
Please like, share, yes, subscribe.
And for everybody, wait. For everybody that has been subscribing and liking and sharing,
we appreciate you.
Love you. If you can clear my heart, you understand the magnitude of my gratitude. And for those that are here to subscribe, why? Why? So it doesn't bite, like a philosopher once said. A great evangelist. A great evangelist once said.
Joshua.
Oh, okay, Joshua, yeah.